The high school experience isn't always the best for everyone. I mean, you're going through puberty, acne, you didn't even know that pimples could grow everywhere, and let's not forget about that confusing math homework.
I don't know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math.
okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.
Maybe you're concerned about your popularity or lack thereof and was trying to come up with plans on how to boost that clout, like joining a football team or maybe trying out for the cheerleading squad, or maybe you did something like pretending to be in a relationship with their best friend to get the admiration from everyone else in school because they love that you're just so brave and living in your truth. We have all been there, right? We have best friends Amy and Karma who are trying their best to climb that social ladder. Karma came up with an idea to pretend to be blind because she believes that everyone would put a visually impaired person on a pedestal.
How are we gonna explain to people you went blind last night? Brain tumor pressing on my optic nerve, which I'll have removed to make a triumphant return, preferably at prom. Damn it!
Which turned out to be a very short-sighted plan, if you ask me.
Oh, brother!
The end goal of this plan was to get invited to this guy's party whose name is Shane, and he ends up inviting him anyway after he sees Amy arguing with her new stepsister Lauren.
Lauren, I'm not thrilled our parents are engaged either, but don't piss me off. I have access to your toothbrush.
How dare you threaten me in my own home?
It was my home first.
You've got 5 seconds to hop in your canoe and paddle back to the Isle of Love so I can get my vitamin D.
Was that a real place? And if so, can we come?
I'm Amy. That was Karma. She's got really bad cramps.
Well, if she feels up to it, you two should totally come to my party tomorrow. You know how I've always wanted lesbian friends? They're perfect.
At Shane's party where Amy is not having that much fun, Shane is still mistaken about Amy and Karma's friendship, and he basically tells Amy that the closet she's hiding in is so paper thin and see-through that she's just come out and living her truth.
My friend's getting us beers. She'll be right back, and she's much better at small talk.
Your friend, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just tell me who went under the covers first.
Excuse me?
I won't blab. Gay Scouts honor. I just really want us to be friends. I've been craving lesbian energy in my life.
Look, I'm oddly flattered, but I'm not gay.
I'm just gonna flip on this closet light for a sec so we can talk, okay? You're gay, and it's okay. There's no shame.
I promise, not ashamed of anything.
I was you once, so terrified of rejection that it took me forever to come out. But once I did, 4th grade got so much better, trust me.
He just wanted to say that, you know, people be gay and Amy should not be ashamed to be who you are for your pride. So I get it, but also the way he's going about it is kind of wild to me. Amy finds Karma and starts to drag her from this party, but not before Shane makes a big announcement in front of everyone.
May I have your attention? 2 friends of ours are scared tonight. They're hiding in this teeny, tiny, dark little closet, afraid to come out. Afraid we'll reject them. Here at Hester High, we do things differently. We accept everyone. Can I get an amen, Brenda?
Amen.
But how do we prove to them that we're not your typical high school? That we accept them? That they're safe? There's only one way I can think of. Let's elect them homecoming queens! Yeah! All hail the queens!
All hail the queens! All hail the queens! All hail the queens!
I told you we shouldn't have come.
All hail the queens!
Of course, this announcement pisses off Lauren, which is kinda deserved, to be honest. I haven't watched this show in a while, but I remember Lauren's character having these moments where she was just like the worst person throughout season 1, and I cannot remember if they toned down her domineering demeanor throughout the rest of the series, but my God, she was so mean to everyone, and she kind of deserved it when she wouldn't get her way. With all the confusion going on, of course, Amy says like they should not go through with faking being a couple, but of course Karma has different plans.
Walk in and tell them we're not gay. Thank God the voting age is 18. Teenagers are idiots. I don't know. Maybe we should see how this plays out. We were invited to the hottest party of the year. We've been nominated for a homecoming queen. You have to admit, this is working for us. Small problem. We're not gay. Everyone has a lesbian phase in college. We're just moving ours up. What about Liam? He thinks we're a couple. Straight guys love lesbians. Just watch any porno. And last night, I swear he flirted with me.
Also, the fact that she's doing this to get attention from just not everyone, but the attention of one guy, it just shows how flippant her views are on sexuality. And I just want to like put a little pin right there because I will get back to it, but I think we should go ahead and finish the rest of the episode. But again, an argument because Amy implies that Liam isn't really serious about Amy because he could choose any girl in school, so you know, why would he choose her? But this argument is short-lived when they show up at school and they see how they're getting attention from everyone else.
Karma, for the millionth time, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I just don't want you to get hurt.
When you thought that your yo-yo routine could get you on America's Got Talent, did I try and stop you?
No, you let me make a fool of myself on national television.
My mom's and I bake these for you two. They're gluten-free. You got my vote.
Maybe I want to get hurt. Maybe I want to feel something other than boredom.
Wait a minute, does he have on Heelys? I remember when I was younger, I wanted Heelys so bad, but just never got them. Like, I probably would have busted my ass while having them, but I would look cool while doing it. And that is what is really important here. Anyway, Karma still can't help but lean into this fake relationship when she sees how much attention they're getting from the whole school and the fact that they are rooting for them to be the prom queens.
Hey, are you two free this afternoon? Photo shoot in the art quad for the school's Tumblr.
Don't do that. Do not make this about you.
Right, because God forbid it's not about you for 1 second.
I kind of need to know now so I can tell Ivy.
What are you talking about?
Photo shoot this afternoon. Right now you two are all the school can talk about.
Look, we're not going to deny our public, are we, Sugar Bear? What are you doing? She hates it when I call her that. We'll be there. I'll see you at lunch. Made your favorite, tuna salad.
Amy is still wrestling with the thought of lying to the entire school, but she admits that she has been enjoying the admiration that she's been getting and is slightly warming up to the idea of keeping up the charade. But it seems like the only person who is determined to fuck all of this up is Karma, since she can't keep her tongue to herself. And she nonchalantly talks about the kiss out in the open where anyone can hear them.
His lips are the perfect blend of soft and firm. They're like 2 tiny Tempur-Pedics on his face. And his eyes, it's like they're peering into my soul.
You said the same thing about Ryan Seacrest.
Well, this is different.
Amy gets pissed off with Karma because of this little kiss and thinks about calling out this lie again. And mainly it's because she's having conflicting feelings about that actually happening.
Shut up. Gym class was torture enough. Okay, I don't know what crawled up your butt today, but I hope it crawls back out by our speech at homecoming assembly.
Yeah, I'm not going to that.
What are you talking about?
I'm done pretending I'm a lesbian and I'm not gonna do it anymore.
But being gay is the best thing that ever happened to us.
No, it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. You got your popularity and your photo spread and your kiss with Liam. I never wanted any of this.
Then why did you go along with it?
Because you're my best friend and I wanted you to be happy.
Well, it worked. I'm happy.
Well, I'm not.
And because they're having this conversation out in the open where anyone can hear, Lauren hears all of this and she makes it her mission to expose them at the pep rally that's happening later on. Between the time from what just happened until the pep rally, Karma and Amy actually made up. And really, Amy just wants to aid her friend because Karma desperately seeks attention. Girl, at this point, I don't know. Join the debate team. Join SGA. Join a band. There's other ways you can become popular. You don't have to do this. Obviously, Lauren tries to expose them when they go make their speech for homecoming court.
Can I just say something? I know that y'all think you're being all open-minded by electing these 2 homecoming queens, but I think you all should know they're not really lesbians. No, they're just pretending to be so that all of you will like them. I heard them talking about it in the locker room this morning. They're mocking the gay rights movement.
In an attempt to save face, Amy pulls Karma in for a kiss, but uh-oh, this awakens something for one of them.
Whoa. I know. Way to sell it.
Okay, so this brings me back to a point that I was going to make earlier about Karma's views on sexuality, but also Amy's views on sexuality. Obviously, I cannot speak from experience because I am not a woman. But the way that Karma treats the lesbian identity as something to gain and use for attention rather than giving it any kind of respect is so wild to me. Allow me to do a mini analysis. Karma uses identity for clout. Instead of actually like really stepping back and realizing how the label that she's putting onto herself is something serious, because there are many people that struggle with, actually arriving at that label. And on the other hand, we have Amy, who sees it as something that shouldn't be treated so nonchalantly. And, and I feel like that's her way of saying, I know how the world is. The world isn't always kind to people who have this label on them. For example, they go to a school where there are others who are accepting, and that's great. That's great that they have that. Still, in the next episode, Amy is really worried about her mom finding out about this lesbian relationship she's in, whether it's real or fake. And I mean, that's a reflection on the real world and how that is something that a lot of people actually do have to worry about. When their home is supposed to be their safe space, it can quickly become unwelcoming because of something they can't even control. I think that was the show's intention, to show how some people view sexuality, because the fact that we have this one character over here who is treating it like, oh, it's just something fun, it's something that we can use for attention, and we have another character who's like, no, this is something that people actually go through, and it could be consequences to pretending to act this way when there are actually people out there who struggle with this identity. Also, it's funny how Karma has parents that are quick to love and accept her for her relationship, while Amy's parents show her some good old Southern Christian love and acceptance.
Should we start calling you Your Highness? Because we would.
Would you believe we lost to a pair of lesbians?
Now, honey, there's no reason to call them names just because they beat you. I raised you better than that.
I'm not, Daddy. We lost to two girls. I told you, the public school system in this town is broken.
We should have never put that man in the White House.
Marriage is one thing. Homecoming? When does it stop?
Good question, Farrah.
Like Karma can take that support for granted when Amy is the one who kind of needs it more. But Jay, how are you getting that from one episode? Because I like to think critically about the media I consume. Also, in the next few episodes, we see that is kind of the case. Amy has a mini spiral because she realizes that the feelings she has for Karma extend beyond platonic. And with the help of Shane, he encourages her to date other women and try to see if this is something that, she really feels is her identity. While we have Karma, who is still doing everything to gain Liam's attention. This girl even goes as far to ask Amy to participate in a menage a trois just because she wants to hunch on Liam. After rewatching some of the first season, I didn't realize how much that Karma was so self-centered, and why would I want to root for her? She deserves nothing. I am 1000% sure that someone who is a lesbian and has lived that experience will be able to give a better analysis of the show than I ever could. But I just wanted to add my 2 cents about it. It's so funny watching this show because I know if this was made today, it would be labeled as woke trash that's trying to corrupt the youth's mind, and which is not. It's a show about someone exploring sexuality because that's what some people go through in life. People be gay, people be queer, and that's okay. I feel like this show was probably some people's safe space because they may have related to Amy and felt more comfortable within themselves as they're watching her go through her journey of self-discovery. And I mean, honestly, if a show can do that for its viewers and make them feel safe, I think that's such a powerful thing. I can't remember when in the show, but they do reveal that Lauren is intersex. I think that was such an interesting development for the show and Lauren's character. I first watched the show when I was in my late teens, I think, and I had no idea that intersex was a group included within the LGBT community. I just didn't know that intersex people existed. And for the show to have some care when it came to exploring that aspect of Lauren's identity, and it actually did it respectfully too. It's just, I gotta give the show its 10s. It did well. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you leave a like. And if this is your first time on my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. Have you watched Faking It before? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you have any thoughts about what I said in the video? Did you like it? Did you hate? Oh, you hated everything. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry about that. You know, they always say end the video with a strong joke. Well,